Oh, wait. It's much better. It's much better than my Australian internet. It's much better than my Australian internet. Oh my god. What the? Eh? Why am I speaking in Japanese? That's stupid. Wait. Okay. Dear future me, thank you for coming back to see. Hi, Feran Shawinona Janice. So yeah. I don't know what to say. It's been so long since I live stream, and oops, it's black now. Okay, so it's been so long since I live stream. To be honest, because I need to change my settings in my computer, because I was streaming from a laptop before. I was streaming from a laptop, and I have to change the settings in my computer now to what is it, to match the previous settings that I already done in my laptop. Oh my god, it's not my, it's the BGM from the game, okay? It's the BGM from the game. Anyway, so yeah, I was just lazy to change my settings to actually do not change my settings. Actually, it's like I have to do all these things to add all these things, all the sources in my current PC. But oh, I shouldn't put this on. Okay, so what happened? No, what life updates? I've been a total NEET, not in educational, employment, or training. Yes, I full-time NEET. I'm not working. I'm not studying. I'm not doing anything. I'm just a total society garbage, society trash. So I figured it's almost New Year, so why not I come back to streaming? Why not I come back to having my game recorded for future generation? I don't know. It's not, I won't say it's good to be back, because I'm not really, what is it? I'm not really used to streaming again, so I have to make myself used to it again. Trying to make myself a streamer, if you call it streamer again. But it's fine. Ooh. I should not put the notification in, shouldn't I? Anyway, we're continuing with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, episode 3, I believe. It's been so long, I don't remember at all the story and all the details and the gritty-nitty of the story of the Great Ace Attorney. But I guess let's just continue. I don't know. Okay. It started from the very beginning. Okay, the return of the great departed soul.
19世紀末、大帝都ロンドンで開催された万国博覧会を知らぬ者はないだろう。世界の文化、最新の科学技術がハイドパークの特設会場に集められた。来場者総数5000万人を超えた 今世紀最後にして最大の祭典は全世界の人々に強烈な印象を刻み込み、大成功のうちに終わったのだった。しかしその会期中に起きたあの大惨事の真相解明の裏側に、我が友シャーロック・ホームズの活躍があったことを知る者は少ない。彼はあの大事故の裏に幾重にも隠された真実を暴き出したのである。ハイドパークにそびえ立ったロンドン万国博覧会の象徴ともいえるあの水晶塔のごとき孤高にして凍結した名推理によって。
Yeah, I love that. I mean, if you see Sherlock Holmes in this game.
ロンドン万国博覧会、会場は溢れんばかりの人だかり。
We're here at the showground of the great exhibition, which is absolutely packed with people.
ロンドンには珍しい晴天のもと、驚異の科学実験が行われようとしています。
Oh, that's cute.
来るべき20世紀、蒸気機関と電気技術は世界を制する。
Okay, let me predict. This guy, the blonde guy, is gonna be the victim, and the top hat guy is gonna be the murderer. Ladies and gentlemen, the 20th century will see steam engines and electrical power dominate the world.
馬車は姿を消し、自動車が行き交う。海を渡る船は羽を持ち、大空を飛ぶ。
Ships will sprout wings, take to the
本日
skies.
は皆様にさらに遠い未来の実験をお目にかけましょう。超電気式瞬間移動技術、世界で初めての実験であります。
What machine is this?
人体を巨大な電気エネルギーで瞬時に分解して別の場所へ転送。
Beam to another location? You mean it's a teleportation machine?
そしてその組成情報を計算して元の姿に合成する驚くべき技術。
Yeah, no. This guy gonna die, isn't he?
これより一瞬の後、この紳士は驚くべき空間を超える旅をする。
Okay, I changed my mind. The top hat guy gonna die, and this blonde guy is gonna be the suspect.
電気分解された紳士はあの水晶塔に転送されるのです。こうしてよし。
Wait, See what I told you. Ooh, it's not 22nd of October. Anyway, it's close. I don't know. Are you listening? I don't remember what voices I gave them, but I'm just gonna try. I'm just gonna try giving them voices. Oh, sorry. What was that, Iris? What's the matter with you? You've been miles away all morning. Didn't you like what I cooked for breakfast? No, that's not it at all. What were we talking about again? Today's paper. It's full of news about the great exhibition again. Ah, yes, the great exhibition. I'd like to go sometime. You're really not your usual self today. You seem very down. Don't you agree, Harley? Oh, he's also down. Uh, did you say something, Iris? Oh gosh, you're even more down. Did you arrive, Mr. Naruhodo? I've been here for about half an hour already. We had breakfast together, bro. What? Why didn't you mention it before? I thought you might have known I was here, you know, because breakfast? Iris is quite right. You're clearly lacking in vim. So much so that I didn't notice your presence. Thanks. Of course, I could deduce the reason perfectly well with some simple observations. What? Let's see. Yes, for example, your tousled hair this morning with all its unruly spikes. Clearly, it can be deduced therefore that... let me stop you there, Mr. Sholmes, because I think I can see where this is going. My hair always looked like this. It always has. Ever since we first met, in fact. Oh really? How interesting. It just doesn't look like a haircut as such, I suppose. Thanks again. It crossed my mind recently that it's been 6 months now. 6 months? Since I was forbidden from working in court? Wait, what? So I've been wondering how much longer I'm going to be banned. Oh, well, that would explain why you seem rather glum. Don't you agree, Harley? The hell? Did you say something, Iris? Back to moping. What is with this guy? What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes today? He seems even more down in the dumps than me. I know, and the great exhibition has opened. You'd think he'd be excited. Oh, why don't we all go to see it together? I want to, of course I do, but I can't. Not for the time being. Why not? Why not? Why not? Because I'm a great detective after all. So you're embroiled in some tricky case that you cannot be distracted from. Is that it? I don't remember hearing that you're working on a case, Harley. I suppose I should try to find out what's going on. Wait, should I? I usually try to... Oops. How do I oh yeah. Okay, I get it. Ah yes, this is where you're not on your ideas, isn't it, Iris? But in a meddling pot today, the blue carbon call. Yes, it's from a case of theft that Hurley solved ages ago, the theft of a precious stone. A carbuncle is another name for a garnet, you see, especially if it's cut with a rounded top. Oh really? And this garnet was blue, was it? Oh, that's the thing, they're usually red. No blue garnets have ever been discovered. Oh? Who knows? Who knows what the stolen gemstone actually was? That's the real mystery of the case. The proper Sherlock Holmes conundrum, huh? Wait, do I search all these all these things? Should I? Well, I mean... Oh well, I infuse a different concoction of herbs from the garden every time, so it's never the same twice. When you call it concoction, it sounds more like a science experiment than something for tea time. Oh yes, that's because different blends can have very different properties. Some calm you down, some make you feel jolly, some give you energy. Today's particular plan is something quite special, so you're really in for a treat. That sounds ominous. I can type with my eyes shut, you know? I can believe it. When a deadline is approaching, you sound like a Gatling gun. That reminds me of a dream I had the other day. It was such a funny one. It woke me actually. I was typing for a whole hour in the pitch black, but I didn't make a single mistake. That's incredible. But then, when it got light, I found out that there wasn't any paper in the machine. Oh my god. Now I wonder if I'd actually been typing at all. I think you might just fallen asleep on the job. Oh my goodness, my goodness. There's so many things to... like this. So many things to... oh! To examine. Oh, do be careful, Bruno. You mustn't try the contents of any of those bottles, even if you're hungry. I wouldn't do something stupid like that. I'm not a child, you know? Well, I wish I could say the same for Hurley. The other day, he polished off a full bottle of one of my alkaloids. Oh my god, alkaloids. He what? He said he was hungry. I'll be extra careful. The trouble is, Hurley forgets things so quickly, he never remembers why these things are relevant. The other day, for example, he saw the orange pips that were there and decided to plant them in the garden. Pips? Yes, they have all sprouted now. You have 5 new little plants. Oh well, I don't know what the case they're from, but if Mr. Sholmes can get oranges to grow outside in England, he should change his profession. Okay. I shouldn't. Should I? Do I? I'll just check this. I'll just check things, even though I've already checked it. I'll just check it. Because I want to. Okay. Cleaning out the chimney isn't so relaxing though. No, getting covered in soot is my idea of fun. You know, Hurley decided he was going to clean it out himself last year. But you can guess what happened, can't you? He got himself stuck in the food. He's a very slim man, I admit, but there are limits to where a fully grown man can fit. Now every time he dozes off by the fire, he has nightmares about it. Really? I'm not really interested in this side of the place, so yeah. Ate? Okay. We're continuing then. I'm not gonna advance 6 months ago. What is happening 6 months ago? Is it the previous case? Half a year ago now. I took on the defense of a young girl in trial heard at the Old Bailey. What at first seemed like a simple case of murder that took place at the London pawnbrokery turned out to be one part of a much more far-reaching plot that involved the British government. Ah, it's the case from the first game. From the first game, the last case during the course of the trial. It was found that I made an unavoidable, yet at the same time unforgivable mistake. Words fail me. This situation is utterly deplorable. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, my lord. I will decide upon your fate following the conclusion of this trial. Of course, my lord. Yeah, okay. Because... Yeah, because... I forgot what happened. Oh my god. You have, haven't you, Bruno? Reading all those big fat tomes about British law up in your room, and the notes about Sean's old cases. Brewing Irish special blends of tea, fetching my daily bread for me. You've become something of a manservant around here. Start on the silverware next, Master Naruhodo. Well, I'm thinking of going to ask the powers that be to reconsider. Especially Lord Strongheart at the British Supreme Court on Whitehall. Lord Strongheart? The delightful Lord Chief Justice. Not my favorite fellow. He's not mine either, but he's the man I have to talk to, so... He's the only one who can grant permission for me to start working in the courts again. I came to Britain to become the best lawyer I could, and I cannot do that just sitting around here. Oh, because the case in the last episode is a flashback. So it's a flashback after the third case. Was it the third case or the fourth case? In the first game. Do you guys get it? It doesn't matter. So anyway, the whole London has been swept up in this great exhibition, hasn't it? The most advanced science, the most modern technology, the finest work of art, and feast of engineering. For the next 6 months, our capital will be showcasing these things, and the world will be watching. Oh, do you know what I'd like to do? I'd like to look down on London from one of those lovely balloons. Look down on? Do you mean those things? Fly? Yes, of course. They fly high in the sky and don't even need wings to do it. All you need is a hot air. Oh, it's hot air balloon. Yeah, it's hot air balloon, Ryunosuke. I cannot understand it at all. That's true. A lot of the new scientific discoveries, most people cannot understand them at first. But in 100 years' time, all these things will just be common knowledge. I suppose they might be. Mind you, some of the science being demonstrated seems very questionable. Something went wrong on the open experimentation stage yesterday, apparently. There was a huge explosion. Still, I wish I'd seen it though. I'd love to see how bad some of these scam experiences really are. Says the innocent 10-year-old girl. See here, every page of this paper carries some article or other about the great exhibition. But the brighter things shine, the darker the shadows that are cast behind them. Personally, I find myself drawn to the darkness, to the impenetrable. That is my proper atmosphere. Okay. Shadow cast behind. Is that a metaphorical way of referring to the back of page of the paper? That's cute. That's a weird way to say it. No, it's not cute. It's a way of saying it, but yeah. Are you investigating a particular tricky case at the moment, Mr. Sholmes? You could say that, I suppose. Nothing more to add? That's not like you, man. Shh! Quiet, Mr. Naruhodo. We must not discuss it here. You never know who might be listening. Is it the government conspiracy? You're acting very strangely, Hurley. What do you mean, Iris? Well, usually, the more mysterious and complicated the case is, the better Hurley's mood. Is it really a case that's bothering you? Iris, please, you mustn't exercise your astute powers of observation and deduction on me without invitation. Remember what I always say. Put yourself in the shoes of the individual about whom you're making the deductions. You say that, do you? You, Mr. Holmes? Sholmes! Oh my god, Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes! Never mind, once I've had a cup of tea, I must make my way at once to the crimes. That was a deep sigh. Okay. I cannot move. Let me present this. What is this, the Reaper attack? You mean... Wait, what? The ruffian aimed to intimidate a man of justice. The Reaper attack. So many glowing reports about the Great Exhibition and everything that's going on here. Other than this rather gloomy looking one, that is. Wait, what? What's the matter, Runo? The Reaper attacked. That's Lord Van Zieks. This must be what Mr. Sholmes was talking about. Does he know anymore, I wonder? Oh, Van Zieks. What happened to you, bro? Present it. Present! How do I present? Oh, okay. Mr. Sholmes, about this. My dear fellow, without wishing to sound rude, I'm currently in the middle of a very important blink. Perhaps some other more convenient time, Is there a set of time for your important blinks? Or are they an all-day affair? Just so I know. No? No? What is it then? First test of matter transfer this device. Every article on the front page is news about the Great Exhibition, public experiments to demonstrate brand new scientific ideas, cultural exhibits from around the globe. It's also positive and hopeful about the coming century. We must all go to see it properly before too long. That's it? That's it? That's it? I cannot... Huh? What do I know? No, you don't see, man. You don't see. Oh my god. Yeah, he's mad. I'm done with this one. Or is it a lost cat? No? No, there's nothing. Can I open this? No. That's it. Show it again. No, 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 no. What is it then? Examine? Is there something here that I must know? Every time I look at the machine, I cannot help thinking what monstrosity it is. What is it called again? The Great Analytoscope. It can analyze absolutely anything, you know? It does seem incredible and at the same time incredibly useless. Oh, but it looks impressive, doesn't it? So that makes it very useful. How does that make it useful? Because it means you can pawn it for lots of money. The pawnbroker always make idle remarks like, "What an incredible looking machine." Huh. So Hurley often takes it to the pawn shop when he is a little short. It sounds like that this thing pulls its weight around here more than I realized by having its weight pulled around. That's a very smart remark. What else? The violin? Ah yes, Mr. Sholm's faithful musical companion. Wasn't this violin made by somebody famous? Yes, it's a Stradivarius. I'm afraid you'd have to save up for 100 years before you could afford one, Runo. If I were to save up for 100 years, I wouldn't choose to buy a violin personally. Oh? What would you buy then? I really have no idea. I think I'll have to do it so I can find out. Books, paper, scientific implements. These shelves are stuffed to the grounds. Miss Osato wouldn't be able to help herself if she were here. She cannot stand mess. Susie might not be able to stand mess, but she wouldn't dare touch those shelves. Oh, why not? Everything is in intricate balance. Hurley spends ages on it. If you were to touch even one thing, the whole lot would come tumbling down. Huh. Susie noticed it. It was very delicate arrangement right from the outset. You make it sound like a meeting of great minds. But the truth is, Mr. Sholmes just needs to tidy up. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's the only things that I... Court record. I cannot move. I already exhaust all the dialogue options. I already showed him this. What else? What else should I do? I cannot move. Yeah. Oh. No. It was the same thing all over again. It's the same thing all over again, bruh. And here I thought it was a new dialogue. I'm sorry. What should I do then? Should I examine again? I don't know. What else? Is there anything new? Anything that catches our eyes here? Nothing! Oh my god! Then what? What could possibly go wrong? What it is? What is it? What is it? What is it? Yeah. Is it bug? Is it bug? Wait, let me try and see in the internet, see if it's like wait. Let's see. Oops, I'm sorry. That's my Fire Emblem Heroes announcement notification. Where is it? Where is it? Episode 3. Is it episode 3? Yeah, it's just episode 3. I want to at least see? Wait, it's not. It's bug. It's bug. It's bug. It's bug. Oh no. Oh no, it's bug. It's supposed to have a conversation. See, it's not showing up. Oh my god, it's bug. Wait. Let me save. Let me save. Which one is it? This one. Yeah, so let me say yeah, I've been playing Pokemon Violet and I was enjoying it, even though I know the performance is not that bad. I mean, the performance is bad and there are really a lot of bugs, and but I was enjoying it so much. I really love playing it, and I've been playing for like 60 hours or something. Please not bug. Stop bugging. Oh my god, it's still bug, isn't it? Wait. If it's still bug, what do I do? What do I do if it's still bug? Oh my god, it's still bug. What do I do now? No. Let's try from here. We have to try from the very beginning. Oh my god. Yes, skip it. Skip this too. Skip this too. Skip.
来るべき馬車は姿を消し、自動
This is
本
why I
日は
hate
皆様
bug
に
games.
さらに超電気式
It's
瞬
not
間
that I hate this game. I really love this game.
人体を巨大そしてその蘇生上
Yeah, we're gonna see this again. Oh my god, yeah. Ooh. Oh my god, so slow. Please hurry up. Please don't get bugged
これよ
for
り
this.
一
If
種この新種は
for example,
驚くべ
it
き
gets bugged again,
電気分解さ
we're
れ
gonna end the stream. And I'll just have to search for a way to get it not bugged. And then an explosion. Boom. Boom. Duar. How's the volume, by the way? I don't know if the volume is okay or not. Okay. Skip. Oh my god. I'm just pressing the B button. Just pressing the B button non-stop. in hopes that it can get faster, can get the dialogue faster. My god. Please don't get bugged. What shall I do so it not get bugged? You hear that? Do you hear that? Huh. That's me button mashing. Do you hear that? Can you hear that? Can you even hear that? Oh my god. I'm button mashing. Wait, so... At least I can skip this a lot faster. Why is this happening to me? Why does this happen to me? Na 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 na. Should I, after this, should I check the newspaper? I should check the newspaper after this, like immediately. Now. The Reaper attacked! I know! Van6! No! Oh no, Van6! Please! Yeah! It works! It works! It works! It works! It works! Yes! I'm definitely immediately gonna save this. I'm just gonna save this after this conversation. I'm gonna save this because I don't want to get it bugged again. Wait. Okay. Got it. It says in the paper that Lord Van6 was attacked. That's terrible. You know the legend of the Reaper of the Bailey, of course, don't you? All too well, in fact. Yes, Prosecutor Barak Van6. Oh my god, he's glorious! They say that if the Reaper is the prosecutor in a case, there's no salvation for whoever's in the dock. Even if the defendant is found not guilty. Once the Reaper has someone in his sights, one way or another, that person's times left on this earth will be short. London's finest rogues always find ways around the law. They'll stop at nothing to secure an acquittal at trial. Falsifying evidence, paying sham witnesses, threatening jurors, bribing judges, but even such devious tactics as these cannot save them from the hand of the Reaper. As you've experienced yourself, haven't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I've seen the Reaper's retribution at work. Many of these criminals rogues are reckless and quite unafraid to die. If a leader among their fraternity is seen to have been taken by the Reaper, retaliation like this does occur. Really, the capital has a never-ending supply of such scoundrels. So, do you mean Lord Van Zix has been attacked like this before? This isn't the first time? He's quite an accomplished combatant, you know. Oh my god, really? He doesn't take these attacks lying down. Although, it seems that his assailants were armed with guns this time. Oh no. Oh my goodness, is he alright then? Is Lord Van Zix hurt? He cares about Van Zix! Oh my god! Yes! The ship is sailing! I'm sorry, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding!
Well, in the article here it says, as to what of Lord Van Zix and his condition, all will be revealed in tomorrow's morning edition.
I see. Well, we shall have to be patient then. No, I cannot wait until tomorrow. In that case, you shall have to inquire with somebody in the know. But who? Lord Strongheart, perhaps? Lord Strongheart, woo! Wow, he's geared up to go somewhere. Well, I must be leaving now. Yes, understood. See you later, Mr. Sholmes. Ha! You really are a shameless liar sometimes, my dear fellow. What? You seek to put me off my guard and follow me, don't you? Well, you will be wasting your time. The thought hadn't crossed my mind, but now I'm wondering where you're going. Well then, see you later indeed. Where are you going, Mr. Sholmes? Listen to him. He's still laughing on his way out of the door.
Alright then, Bruno, let's get going.
Oh, Irish? What are you wearing?
I've got change to go to the great exhibition. You're going to take me.
What? But I was just about to go to the Supreme Court.
Oh, God, that's fun too. You're going to take me there then.
How is going to the Supreme Court fun? That's not fun. That's pressure.
Of course, and after the Supreme Court, then we'll go to see the great exhibition. We'll go to see the great exhibition.
Location has been added. Wait. Oh, we go here first. Oh no! That's pretty. That's pretty, actually. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. It's been about 6 months now since I was last here, but some things never change, like the sense of foreboding I always seem to feel in this place. What?
Hey Iris, what are you doing?
Doesn't seem to be bothering Iris at all though. She happily reading over there.
Oh, I love this place. I always find so many interesting books here.
Of course. I was forgetting that you've been here before. The time we came here 6 months ago. When Susato-san was given the news that she was to return to Japan. Ah, I understand you wish to speak with me. Lord Strongheart, I trust you've been keeping well. Let's see, since you arrived and requested an audience, it's been 4 hours, 32 minutes and 26 seconds. I've kept you waiting a while. My apologies. You kept him waiting for 4 hours, bro. Was it 4 hours? Yeah, it's 4 hours. Oh my god. He's been waiting for 4 hours. Oh no, not at all. I like nothing more than standing around, staring into space. No need to worry about that. Good to know. Good to know that doesn't appear to bother him at all. Male Strongheart, Lord Chief Justice of London. He's the man who allowed me to start practicing as a defense lawyer when I arrived in Britain as a student. You need only savor the air for a moment in this grand office to understand his preeminent status. As you will be aware, the Great Exhibition of London is now underway at last. We're extremely busy as a result, policing the grounds, guarding the new technologies, dealing with petty crimes. And furthermore, as of next month, we shall open the International Forensic Science Symposium? Oh, I have not heard about that. Investigating authorities from 40 countries around the globe will be taking part, including from your own land. Forensic science is the future. The world must embrace it. As we are the hosting nation, I have much to do, and it is my highest priority. If others must wait for my attention as a result, so be it. Well, it's nice to know where I stand. So, you wish to consult with me? Of course, I can very well imagine what is this about. Thank you for agreeing to this meeting, my lord. I want to be allowed to start working as a defense lawyer again in this court. That's what brought me here today. But actually, there's something else playing on my mind as it happens.
You know, just take a deep breath and come out with it.
I actually came here today to ask for your permission. Go on. 6 months ago, my right to work in court as a lawyer was revoked, and I was told to spend my time studying. Obviously, I'm very sorry for what happened, but the thing is, it made me understand what it really means to defend somebody under the rules of foreign justice system. And I desperately want to have another go. Please, permit me to enter the courtroom again. Mr. Naruhodo. Yes. Oh, here it comes. I'm sure you haven't forgotten your position here, have you? At best, you are a substitute for your compatriot. This was never your intended role. Well, that's true. The Japanese government actually sent my best friend on this study tour, not me. It should have been Kazuma. He was so determined to bring change to our justice system at home. That was his calling. I love this museum. I really love this museum. If that tragic accident hadn't happened, I wouldn't be here in this office now. Mr. Asogi was my best friend, you see. That's why I cannot leave it unfinished. I have to fulfill his calling for him. His calling, you say. Has it never occurred to you that perhaps you know nothing of his true calling? Sorry? The mission with which the young law student was charged. What do you suppose it really was? What do you mean, mission? It's not making any sense.
I'm sorry.
Never mind. I've read all the reports you've submitted over the past 6 months. It's clear to me that you regret your action and have been studiously obeying your revised instructions. Do you mean... As of this moment, I reinstate your license to practice law here in Great Britain. Sorry, I was coughing. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, I think I might drink a little bit. Drink. Please don't forget to get yourself hydrated, drink more water, and poop while you at it, you know? In fact, I believe I have the perfect case to mark your comeback. A curious affair. No, it's not COVID. I don't have COVID because I've been staying in my room for like 6 months now. I never step outside, so yeah. Okay, a curious affair. You describe it as a curious affair? Yes, that's right. I believe it was reported in the press. Are you aware that there was a serious accident at the Great Exhibition yesterday? Oh, no. Oops.
Yes, I read about it. A professor from Germany tried to carry out a crazy experiment. Let me see, how was it described? Super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, I think.
Instantaneous kinesis? As in moving things with a click of the fingers?
That's right. It's just what my herbal blends need. A dash of devil may care.
Whatever this serious accident was exactly, it's clearly captured Iris's imagination. It's an unfortunate business. A large explosion engulfed the public experimentation station. A man lost his life. I knew it. A certain Mr. Odie Asman. Odai. His name has die on it. That's why he died. An investor and well-known figure in society. A large explosion?
A man died?
The man responsible for the experiment was Professor Albert Harebrain. Harebrain? He was detained immediately after the incident and is due to appear in court tomorrow on the charge of murder. What? Murder? If you intend to take it on his defense, you should hurry to meet with him at the question. There is very little time left for you to carry out any kind of investigation. The Great Exhibition, a scientific experiment gone wrong, and murder? I feel out of my depth before I've even started. Still,
We should go to the prison straight away then and try to meet with this German professor, don't you think?
definitely. Ah yes, one more thing about the case. There's a connection with our mutual acquaintance, the Reaper. Oh, with Lord Van Zix? How?
Let me
me save this again. Just for safety measures. Present this one. Wait. Yeah. It's the kingpins of the criminal underworld generally managing to escape conviction in the Reaper's trials. And this isn't the first time their henchmen have tried to attack Lord Van Zyl as a result, by the sounds of it. It makes you think that if that's how the justice system works in London, then there must be dark forces at work. Wait, who's the cape guy with the mask? Who is that guy? Compatriot. Compatriot? His compatriot? Lord Van Zyl's compatriot? Huh? Oh, that reminds me. Have you seen this? The reports of the overwhelming success of the Great Exhibition? Of course. No, not that. The story on the back page. What story? The Reaper attack. Ah, that. You've enjoyed some victories in court against my #1 persecutor, have you not?
Poor Mr. Reaper. What happened to him? He wasn't killed, was he?
There's no need for concern. Lord Van Zyl will not be easily dispatched, I assure you. Can you tell us what happened? I'd really love to know. Very well, if it interests you. It does, strangely. It's interested! Wait, what is Forensic Science Symposium? Symposium? All sorts of conferences have been taking place around the world to coincide with the great exhibitions. And next month, the largest and most important of them all will take place at last. The International Forensic Science Symposium. It does seem as though criminal investigation needs to embrace scientific methods, doesn't it? Exactly. London, the global epicenter of culture, science, and wealth, now has a population exceeding 6 million. Sadly, crime in the capital is growing at a similarly startling rate. So it's imperative that we use the latest scientific methods to investigate and resolve cases as efficiently as possible. Which is what's known as forensic science, isn't it? Exactly! The future of policing. Regrettably, however, Britain is currently dragging its feet when it comes to the adoption of forensic methods. Oh dear, that's alarming. How many times does this guy have to say exactly? And how many times do you have to be surprised by it? If I were Her Majesty Attorney General, you can be sure the numbers of crime committed and resolved in London will be very different to the current figures. And I can cite 12 solid arguments and 223 individual reasons to support my claim. 223 individual reasons? That's specifics as hell. By the way, by way of apology for keeping you waiting earlier, I shall detail everyone. No, what? No! 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 He's talking. I'm fading away. What happened? I am fading away. Oh my god. What just happened? And that more or less sums up my feelings on the matter. In the simplest of terms, of course. Essentially to formally establish a forensic investigation division with within Scotland Yard. That is my mission. Oh, right, yes, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Exactly. Wonderful is precisely what it will be. Iris isn't paying attention at all. She got her nose in another book now.
Oh, is it over? Did you learn anything useful?
I actually drifted off for most of the part. He's surprisingly ardent about forensic science. What is ardent? Van Ziek's conditions. Fortunately, Lord Van Ziek emerged from the deck unscathed. Street ruffians are no match for that man. He's a very capable fighter. But that's incredible. They were armed with guns. Why was he attacked though? Do we know? It's related to the events that occurred a month ago. A leader of one of the capital's criminal organization was indicted and prosecuted by Van Ziek. But the man was acquitted. I have no doubt large sums of money were involved behind the scenes. Large sums of money? A deplorable situations. Members of the jury were bribed, it seemed. However, despite winning his freedom, the man in question met a dramatic end yesterday. But you're not suggesting that was the work of the Reaper, surely? The victim's henchman certainly seems to think so. He was a man by the name Asman. Mr. Odie Asman. Oh my god. Odie Asman. Odie Asman. Did you say Asman?
That's the name who died in a big explosion at the Great Exhibition.
Yes, known publicly as an investor, but in reality the head of significant criminal organization. Unbelievable. I wonder, could I ask you something, Lord Strongheart? Try me. Why do you use Lord Van Ziek as a prosecutor? All the criminals who manage to get off in the court then meet with mysterious and outside the courtroom. And fearful of that fate, they seek to strike at Lord Van Ziek first. I know there's no evidence that he actually is the Reaper in that sense, but still, something's clearly going on here. I have Van Ziek's work at the prosecution service for two reasons. Firstly, the man is the best prosecutor in the capital, bar none. And secondly, any deaths of criminals that have occurred outside the courtroom following his trials are nothing to do with him.
But that doesn't make any sense. How can you explain the ways so many have died if not by someone's hand?
Van Ziek may have earned himself the moniker of the Reaper, but he's no killer. So he will continue to prosecute on behalf of the crown. Unless he wishes otherwise, of course. Well, I must be leaving for my next engagement. I am already 11 hours and 16 minutes late. My colleagues may be starting to fidget.
11 hours late, that's quite something.
That meeting had already started when I arrived back here for this engagement with you. So lateness was inevitable. Time stops for no man. I'm sure it stopped for me during those 12 solid arguments and 223 reasons. Oh yes, where would I find Lord Van Ziek now? I would assume he's at his office. Right, I'll go and ask him about the attacking person. I want to get his straight from the horse's mouth. Away with you now. I'm leaving Professor Hairbrain's defense entirely in your hands. Of course, yes. Thank you very much, my lord. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Listen. Look at him. Poor Hairbrain. Wait, what is his name is Hairbrain, right? The warden said cell 11. That's this one.
Oh, there's someone curled up in a ball in the back corner. Look.
What's his name again? Professor Albert Hairbrain, wasn't it? Excuse me, Professor Hairbrain. Who are you? I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Allow you! Oh! Was it something I said? Allow you say? Would you be here about the experiment? Are you going to defend my hypothesis? Your hypothesis? Sorry, I don't... Yesterday demonstrations! The demonstration was that magnificent demonstration was... It was an out-and-out success by anyone's calculations. But despite that, no one listens. No lawyer believes in the science. When it's explained, they all live at higher velocity. Now it's probably not a good time to mention that your zeal made my concentration live for a while too. Okay. You mentioned the demonstration yesterday.
The paper had called it a spectacular failure. After all, a man died in the explosion, didn't he?
Yes, you could interpret the result that way if you really want to. Well, I suppose the strictest sense, the experiment was a failure, but at the same time it was a great success. You've lost me. I saw it with my own eyes right there in front of me. Mr. Asman was spontaneously disassembled. Until then, everything was going exactly as my calculation I've predicted. At that point, he should have been beamed to the crystal tower by instantaneous kinesis. However, the machine exploded and Mr. Asman, in fact, perished. Yes, I cannot deny the part of the experiment was a failure. So what you're really saying is the large explosion that killed Mr. Asman was an accident, correct?
But the bigwigs had you arrested on suspicion of murder.
I was responsible for a man's death. That is the immutable truth here. And for that, I was to be punished at once. But murder? Never in a million years. It was an accident, simply an accident. I see.
Rolly and I were talking this morning, you know. He said the situation could change completely depending on whether it was treated as an accident or murder.
How exactly?
Well, if it really was an accident, then the professor's machine would be kept in protective custody.
On what grounds? Yes, it's newly established here in Britain, the Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act. That wouldn't pass me by. What the heck was that?
But if the case is treated as murder, then they'll have say...
My machine was the murder weapon. They'll be able to pour over it much as they like. If If they examine it in detail, they'll find out how it's made, and then they'll be able to copy my idea. My precious hypothesis will be stolen. The machine must be protected from that at all costs. That's why it's imperative this whole incident is shown to have been an accident in tomorrow's trial. Ah, I see now. Okay. I think I kinda get it. So in short, there was a terrible accident at the Great Exhibition Showground yesterday. Yes! Or rather no, the devil is in the details. Strictly speaking, there was a terrible explosion. Sounds the same to me.
You were demonstrating a super high voltage instantaneous kinesis, weren't you? How fascinating!
Humans, like all matter, are made up of particles that are held together by electrical bonds. So it must be possible using sufficiently high voltage to break those bonds and beam the particles through space. That's it in a nutshell. That's my idea, you see? That's my amazing hypothesis. Gosh, that's unimaginably high-level science. Oh, but dare to imagine it. Dare to dream such incredible technology. Just think. One moment I could be here in the cell, and then next I could be in the Great Exhibition again. Well, yes, that would be incredible. And the next, in the mere blink of an eye, I could be at the Great Parisian Theatre, say. The possibilities are endless. The whole of our vast planet will be within reach. So now we're hiding in wardrobes on rocky seas for 50 days? Yes, Phoenix, yes. And no, it's not Phoenix. Oh my god, it's Naruhodo. Naruhodo Ryunosuke. Ryunosuke.
Well, if you could travel anywhere in the world instantly, the planet wouldn't really seem fast anymore, would it? I think it would feel like it had shrunk.
My word, that's exactly right. What are the implications? What does this mean?
Oops, that got the Professor Bunny Brain really worried by the look of it.
Clearly, this is yet another case of just because you can doesn't mean you should, I suppose. The point is, my conclusion are flawless. The science works. But without practical demonstration, it means nothing. And that's always the fly in the ointment.
Because practical demonstration costs a lot of money. Money that young scientists like you don't have.
That's exactly it, yes.
Early's always complaining about it. He says the government should invest more in science.
Well, anyway, I bumped into him at the right time. I met the well-known investor, Mr. Asman, the victim who died in the yesterday's terrible accident, you mean? The full name of the man who died in yesterday's accident was Mr. Odai Asman, wasn't it? What exactly was your relationship with the man? He first visited me in my laboratory in Germany a year ago now. He said he wanted to invest in my immaculate hypothesis. I thank him like stars. I see, so you hadn't really known each other until then.
Money for scientific research. I'm so envious.
As far as I was concerned, the man was an angel. Oh, really? An archangel even. He was prepared to fund a practical demonstration of my hypothesis for presentation at the Great Exhibition. And if that went well, I would expect additional financial support for my research from the British government. Mr. Aston provided me with money and an exceptional engineer. He produced a machine to my precise specifications.
But then your dreams were blown to dust in one enormous explosion.
As you can see, I owed everything to Mr. Asman. I will never,
never have thought of taking the man's life.
Well, he seems genuine enough. I don't think he's lying.
Is that it?
Will he react to this?
How could this have happened?
You must feel awful. As well as a man losing his life, the crystal tower was greatly damaged too.
I know what happened. It must have been Dad.
Dad?
The day before the demonstration, I had my usual meal of frankfurters at the hotel restaurant. When I paid the bill, they gave me 3 shillings too much in change. But instead of saying anything, I just slipped the coins into my pocket. They're still here. It's the fine retribution for my wrongdoings. That's what this is.
For a scientist, he has some very illogical anecdotes. Long and illogical. I guess that's it. We can't really get anything else. Let's move. Look at that! Look at that office! So... He has so many... He has so many glass wine. Wine glass. I mean wine glass. He has so many wine glass. Funsies! Oh!
Oh, so this is the legendary Reaper's office.
Yes, it appears so.
It sends a chill down your spine, doesn't it? What an amazingly deadly atmosphere.
Oh, is that... Who is that? Is that him? That hooded figure was so still I hadn't noticed his or her presence. I wonder who it is. What are you doing here? It's not Vanzix. He's as unwelcoming as I thought he'd be. Actually, maybe even more so. Oh, I'm glad to see you're well. This is... This is too much. I am. So, who's the person over there by the wall being punished for something or another or other? No punishment is taking place here. Oh. That's my apprentice. And he's still sitting there of his own free will. I didn't know you had an apprentice. It must be the same person who was pictured in the newspaper. He's very able in combat, a requested skill for anyone under my tutelage. Are you referring to the attack on the Reaper that was reported on the papers? The Reaper? I'd be interested to know the Reaper's true identity myself. Assuming that is such a fabled fiend genuinely inhabits our great courtrooms. Oh my god, he doesn't even say that. Lord Strongheart said that the assault last night was some sort of revenge attack? True, carried out by henchmen of Odiosman criminal organizations. The investigation meant their arrests were imminent. Presumably, some hope to kill me before that happened. Odiosman is always masqueraded as one of London's most powerful financiers, a global investors. But his enormous wealth came to him by underhanded means via his criminal activities.
And he used that money to buy himself a verdict of not guilty when he found himself in court, didn't he? Being prosecuted by you, Mr. Reaper.
But that man got his comeuppance in the end. Yesterday, in fact, in extraordinary circumstances, it was a most unusual case of death. I know about that. It was super high voltage instantaneous kinesis gone wrong. Mr. Osman died when the demonstration on the public experimentation stage ended in an enormous explosion. Correct. And you think I have some kind of divine ability to cause an accident like that to happen to you? Well, no, that does seem a little far-fetched. If this man really is the fabled Reaper, then he has to be innocent in this particular death at least.
It's strange how this has worked out, isn't it, Bruno? I mean, what did you taking on the professor's defense for the trial tomorrow?
What? You're going to be defending him? Oh yes, that's right. Though I barely know the man's name yet, to be honest. Albert Harebrine. That's right. Do you know him by any chance? Of course. He's a contemporary of mine. We were at university together. Oh my god. You're... What? Wow. I understood that Professor Harebrine was from Germany though. Harebrine's from a respectable British family. After graduating from the University of London, he moved to Germany to carry out research, that's all. So you were students together? I was in the Faculty of Law, of course, and he's in science, so our paths rarely crossed. But curiously, we got along, though I have not met him since my university days. I certainly didn't expect our next encounter to take this form. And with you of all people representing him. Only if I make it out of his office alive. He's actually been charged with murder, it seems. Yes, I know, because the prosecution will be handled by me. I knew it. Who doesn't? By you? But you made it sound as if you and the professor had been friends. We are friends, it's true. Then why would you do this?
If the Reaper is the prosecutor, there's nothing anyone can do to save him. He's doomed.
What's Lord Van Zig's thinking? God. What do you mean by what you said before? If you'd like to know the Reaper's true identity, does that mean I'm a crown prosecutor and immortal like any other? I'm no demigod.
But they've all died, haven't they? The people you've prosecuted, I mean. Whether or not the trial ended in conviction or acquittal.
Those I persecuted are the vilest wretches of our society. People who without question deserve to be found guilty. The world is a better place without them. But that's not true of Mr. Natsumi, for example. He wasn't a vile wretch at all.
Nor was Ginny. In fact, she's never so hardworking now.
I can't deny that since I encountered you, things have taken a turn. But the point is this. If any of those vile wretches that escaped justice subsequently died in mysterious circumstances, it was at the hand of their own kind. It's not my work. Lord Stormheart stayed the same. He believed you're not involved in any way.
But you were attacked by the ruffian because they believe it's true.
The fact is, since people started calling me the Reaper of the Bailey, the number of serious crimes in the capital has dropped substantially. Oh, it will appear that even the most hardened criminals can be made fearful of their lives. Do you mean to say I mean to say that if my pseudonym serves a useful purpose, I adopt it gladly and with honor. But it's putting you in danger. You could be killed. If that is my fate, let God decide. Lord Van Zix. My God. I had no idea I'd been photographed. It was careless of me.
It looks as though it was taken after the people who attacked you had run away, though.
Rest assured, the police have already apprehended every last one of them.
But there's someone else fighting alongside you, it seems.
And I think it's the same man who's sitting over there as we speak, isn't it? As I mentioned already, he's my apprentice. Perhaps you could tell us a little more about him? He's in my tutelage to become a persecutor. So you could say he's my apprentice, I suppose.
Ah, like you are Hurley then, Bruno.
You are too early. I don't remember taking an apprenticeship with the great detective. He's currently compiling a report about last night's attack. It looks like he's wearing some kind of mask. On Lord Strongheart's orders. Nobody knows the man's face or indeed his identity. But why would you agree to take such clearly suspicious individual? Lord Strongheart's orders again. It's not one for meaningless foolies. There will be a good reason for his actions. I hope you're right. I think it's him. I think it's him, isn't it? It's him. It looks like him. That was really strange though. I've never met that man before. I didn't even know he existed, and yet somehow it didn't feel like our first encounter. Don't bother trying to converse with him. He says nothing to anybody from outside this office. Lord Strongheart has strictly forbidden it. Oh, I see. Why are you so interested in my apprentice anyway? Oh no, I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to. The way he stood there so casually yet with that flawless posture. It couldn't be. No way. No, it could be. It could be though. It could be. Sorry? The one arrested twice in succession 6 months ago. With the stove, the mustache, and the jitters. Oh, Mr. Natsume, you mean?
I'm not sure he'd be very pleased to find out you identified him for that list, Bruno.
He's fine, thank you. In fact, I received a letter from him by international post only the other day. I see. Well, I think we can end our discussion here, don't you? There's little time left before tomorrow's trial. I advise you to spend it investigating the case. Yes, thank you for the advice and for the conversation. I can't believe he's asking after Souseki-san, after in Nipponese. I'm not sure whether to feel happy about that or worried.
I never imagined that Mr. Reaper would be friends with a mad scientist, did you? That's a turn up for the books.
Mad scientist? You mean Professor Harebrine? Yes, it might be worth quizzing the professor about his relationship with Lord Van Six, I think. Uh-oh, you don't mean... Wait, let me save first. I don't want it to get bugged again. Let's go to prison again. Converse. Reaper. I understand Lord Van Zix is a friend of yours from university's days. Yes, that's right. He was studying law whilst I was studying science. What was he like back then? A good question. Unassuming, gentlemanly, an all-around nice fellow, really. Sorry, I think you misheard me. I'm talking about the cold-hearted, merciless persecutor Baron Van Zix. What was he like when he was at university?
Talk about a leading question, you know.
As I said, an unassuming and extremely pleasant gentleman. After all, he is the little darling of the Van Zix family with all its great aristocratic origins.
I didn't realize he had quite such noble blood.
Little darling. It was a bit of a shock when I came back to Britain and learned what had become. Reaper of the Valley, no less. Yes, that's right. I did hear, though, that there was a very big event in his life that completely changed him after graduation.
Really?
What sort of event? I'm sorry, but I don't know anymore. I wasn't in the country at the time. I was in Germany already. Oh, yes, of course. If he's heard all about the Reaper, I really don't have the heart to tell him that Lord Van Zix will be the persecutor in court tomorrow. So, Professor, let me make absolutely sure I've understood you properly. The huge explosion that occurred yesterday, that was an accident, you're saying? You had no intention to harm the victim, who was in fact the sole investor in your work, is that correct? As correct as 2 squared is 4, I swear it! Yes, it's true that the man perished in a machine of my invention, so I know that I'm far from blameless in all this, but still, I would never use my discoveries, my inventions, to take the person's life, not in a centillion years! I'm a man of science, it's all I know, you have to believe me, please! Do you believe me? Do you believe in my hypothesis? Science is the pursuit of truth, you know. I've always believed that all my life. I'm afraid I don't know much about science or your theories, but I do believe in you, and I will fight to prove your innocence with all my might. I'm a man of the law. It's all I know. You have to believe me, please. When I went to live in Germany after I graduated, I learned something very important. Nationality, class, lineage, none of that matters. As long as you try your hardest, you can achieve anything. Thank you for that, Professor. And thank you in advance for defending me tomorrow in court.
Alright, Bruno. It's time to visit the great exhibition.
Sorry?
Well, that's where the incident happened, isn't it?
Yes, I suppose that's true. Time to investigate at last. I love this BGM too. Wait, let me grab some tissues. I really need to sneeze. Okay, I'm back. I got tissues. I got tissues. Okay. The Great Exhibition Grounds. The showground are a little too big for my liking. Why you don't like big things? Oh, that's why. That's why. Whoa. What? What was that? I can hear voices from up on the stage. It sounds like an argument. Oh, Scotland Yard? Wait, why is Ginny here? Ryan, I had it with you this time. I'm warning you. I'll arrest you in a minute. Oh yeah? Go on then, Spectre. Give it a shot. You ain't got no evidence and you know it. Wait, I know those voices. You got cheeky little mouth on your young lady, but the night in the cells will teach you some manners. Just try it, I dare ya. If you want that bag of chips rammed down your throat. There. It's you! Here, you're here! Here you are! Your ladyship! How are you, your ladyship? I do hope you're well, your ladyship. Does that make her 3 times a lady? I'm not well at all. It's far too busy everywhere. I wanted to ride in a balloon, but there was 3-hour queue. Unbelievable! I go have a war for you at once, your ladyship. You'll be flying as high as a kite in no time once I pull some strings for you. Tobias Gregson, an inspector at Scotland Yard. Until recently he was suspended from duty, but it would appear he is back in action now. He's actually quite well known, appearing as he does in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. And for that reason, he cannot say a word wrong to the story's author, Iris. But there are limits, surely. Or there should be. Watch it, sunshine. Sorry. What gives then? Don't tell me you're on this case. Yes, I'm actually acting for the defense.
So we are here to investigate.
Dear me. That's the situation, is it? Is it really that troubling? A measly 5 bob? Is that all you got? You're a liar, ain't ya? You could stand to carry a little bit more copper around in your pockets, Mr. Naruto. Wah! Hey! That's my last bit of spending money, that is! You can have it back, but I'll have it charged for you all the butter 3 bob. This is Gina Lestrade, a pickpocket or diver, born and bred in the East End of London. In the case that led to my own suspension 6 months ago, this is the young girl I was defending in court. What's your problem, Odo? Diver, pickpocket? What's with all the name calling? You want a bag of chips rammed your throat and all, do you? I thought you were proud to be a diver, Gina. You were just arguing with Inspector Gregson about it, weren't you? I assume you'd been up your usual tricks here at the showgrounds. It ain't no way to talk to a lady, Otto. Our years a long time, people can change. I'm an apprentice now, learning to be a Scotland Yard detective. Oh, wow, really? So you have to call me what everyone else does. It's Inspector Lestrade now. Inspector? Wait, really? That badge is homemade? The inspector part isn't entirely accurate, no one calls her that. For what it's worth anyway, investigating is off the cards for all of us.
What's that supposed to mean?
Right, well, I'll be back up top. You'll hold the fort down here, alright? Right, so... This raises a lot of questions. What? Can I examine first?
The hot air balloons.
I've been meaning to ask you for a while, but what are those funny round blobs floating in the sky?
Oh, they're the flying balloons I've been talking about. I want to go up in one so much.
I've read about situation like this in a magazine about strange phenomena. Creatures from outer space coming around flying objects to attack Earth.
What?
I suppose inhabitants of other planets are bound to be interested in a great exhibition. This is it, Iris. It's happening.
It's not. Don't worry. I'll explain it all to you later over a nice cup of tea, you know.
So dramatic, Naruto. Ryunosuke. So dramatic. If this is not the Tower of Paris, what was it? Tower of... What is the Tower of Paris? Why suddenly doesn't know what the Tower of Paris is? What is Tower of Paris? Wait, why does I suddenly don't know what the Tower of Paris? The Tower of Paris. Why do I keep calling it that? Eiffel Tower. Shit. Tower. It's Eiffel Tower and I said Tower of Paris. It's Eiffel Tower, you little shit. Oh my god. Okay. Eiffel Tower. It's Crystal Tower. Okay. I need to sneeze again. Alright. Wait. I need to sneeze. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Crystal Tower. Woohoo. Wait, that's where the coves ended up after its instant kinesis or whatever they call it. That, of course. Oh wait. And yet they're calling the experiment a success?
What's the wooden scaffold there for?
The couples all land set that up after the incident happened. To get the body down, I think. Don't know really. Didn't you help to erect the scaffold then? Nah, lookout duty is more my thing. Wandering around the exhibition, keeping a lookout for the fun stuff. Mind Gregson doesn't hear you saying that or he'll give you the boot. It's incredible though, isn't it? I mean, could the victim really have bridged that gap by some sort of invisible kinesis? Yeah, I doubt that actually. What else can I see here? Can I exhibition. This platform must have been set up for the experiment. I suppose it's very high up.
About 30 feet above ground, apparently. That's what the policeman I just spoke to said.
I don't really understand feet very well. We don't use them in Japan.
Oh yes, sorry. It's about 9 meters. But soon you'll have been in London a year, you know? It's time you got used to our measurements.
Wait, since when London's measurements use feet? I thought everywhere in the world except for America uses the standardized measurement. Right?
They probably told they'd secured the best spot to watch from, only to be disappointed.
There's a saying in Japan, the darkest spot is right under the lighthouse. I feel like it probably applies here too. Hey, oops! Oops. These stairs obviously lead to the stage above. We should go up there and investigate the exact spot where the experiment has been conducted. But I haven't finished talking to Gina or exploring. But it's okay. So that's it, is it? The machine that blew up.
It must have been the magnificent explosion, and I've seen my fair share.
You've seen things like this before, you mean?
Of course, Hurley's always doing experiments that end in a bang. In fact, in his own words, explosions are the very essence of chemistry.
That might explain the smell of burning that frequently came wafting up the stairs. I see.
One time, he made something that exploded with such force it took the roof off the building. I wish you'd been there to see it, Juno.
It's hard to get too excited about that given that I now live in a roof.
Well, anyway, that's enough of that. It's time to investigate.
Oh look, Inspector Rexon's over there. He seems to be in deep thought about something. Whilst eyeing up the machine carefully.
Really? He just looked confused to me.
Wow, it's so big.
Magnificently and mercilessly.
So someone stand in the middle of the machine to be disassembled and then beamed through the air.
Yes, beam. Not blasted. That's the point.
Yes, that part is crucial, really. Is something like that even possible though, Iris?
Oh, Bruno, I'm just a child. How should I know?
A child when it suits you, you mean?
From what I can tell, I think if you were to pull... That was particularly instantaneous kinesis the way you flew over just now, Graxy.
Please, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you, but I cannot let you touch anything up there.
Oh, sorry. You can have some of my latest special blend to make up for it.
Ah, wonderful! This stuff really is wonderful. It's just like old times this is. We're representing Professor Harebrine in court. Tomorrow, Professor Inspector. So we should be allowed to examine the scene. Ha! Listen, Sunshine, even if I'm not allowed to touch anything up here. It's a blasted special dispensation of our scientific equipment act to blame. It's driving me potty. Ah, yes, the special dispensation. The professor mentioned that too. More red tape is all we need. I don't know what the government thinks it's playing at times, sometimes.
But we're allowed to just look, aren't we? Surely that's alright, isn't it, Graxy?
Of course, your ladyship, anything you say, your ladyship, but please don't get your dainty hands dirty, will you?
Don't worry, we wouldn't dream of touching anything, would we, Runa?
She really knows how to get what she wants. Can I examine first everything? Oh my god. I suppose once people are disassembled by the machine, they're shot out of the thing to wherever they're going.
I don't think it was supposed to shoot anything, Runo. It was set up to bring people to the Crystal Tower where they'd be reconstructed in their original form.
Well, I don't like the look of it. If it was amazing as it looks, the accident wouldn't have happened in the first place, of course.
I suppose that's true, yes.
But nothing ever goes according to plan, does it? What else to look? Considering how badly damaged everything is, Professor Harebrine was lucky to escape unscathed. I'd say. We should have a good look around the machine while we can, I think. touch anything, I'll make sure I kill you before I get strung up myself, you hear? I won't touch a thing, I promise. So please, spare a thought of your digestions. Anyway, do you really think this machine could actually disassemble people like the professor claims? He asked, looking totally incredulous. Give it a rest, sunshine. If we were allowed to examine all this bleeding scrap metal, maybe we could answer that question. But we can't we?
Because of the annoying rules, you mean?
Exactly, the annoying obstructive flaming rules. Oh, look at the piece of the machine there.
Oh yes, there's a tool, some kind poking through the wire mesh.
It's a screwdriver, I think?
Oh, isn't it a lovely one? The handle is in the shape of a capital letter A.
It is? Oh yes, you're right. What's the matter with you? Don't touch anything, I said. Touch anything, and I'll make sure I kill you before I get strung up myself, I said. Yes, I understand. Sorry, I only touched it a teeny weeny bit.
But Grexy, I'm very curious about this screwdriver. Really, very, very curious.
Course, your ladyship. You're so clever, your ladyship. Fancy spotting something like this. But I'm afraid I cannot let you have it.
But Bruno found it first.
I assure you, I'll investigate it truly. He's gone off with it.
That was very mean, I'm afraid. Inspector Gregson is going to make a very clumsy and embarrassing mistake in the next month's installment now.
Poor Grexy. What else can I see here? All these things are like... what is this?
In your country, Bruno? I do wish I could go and see. At present, a particularly steely samurai.
Still samurais. Still here. Still samurai. No. Still samurai. Stop. Is that where the still samurai came from? Oh my god. Really? Well, what is that gigantic thing over there? It looks like an enormous water wheel.
Oh, that's a Ferris wheel. There will be people riding inside those little cabins you can see.
Why?
Well, they rotate nice and slowly, and it's a wonderful way to see the surrounding scenery.
Wait, it's turning? But it looks completely still.
Yes, that's because it's turning so slowly. One complete revolution takes about half an hour.
So you're mad enough to go in one? It would be more fun to whiz around fast, don't you think?
I feel as though you might have just invented a new sort of ride there, Bruno.
What is that? Turner? William N. Turner. WNT. I guess there's nothing else to investigate here. Really? Nope, nothing. There's nothing we can present except that government policy. Using high voltage electricity, someone disassemble a man's body and then beam him across the crystal tower. it's an extraordinary thing to attempt, especially in public. True, it was by far the most unusual of the experiments planned for this exhibition in mind. To be honest, I'm a bit surprised it was allowed. Carrying out something so dangerous with so many spectators present, I mean, yeah, the government doing everything can to promote new science and technology at the moment. They are more worried about being ahead of the game than the odd spot of public safety infringements. If they can be the first to develop some new technology, it makes Britain more powerful in the future, you see. Yes, I suppose that's true in a way. So the power that be placing a heavy emphasis on scientists' rights at the moment.
What sorts of rights?
They're making it so that any theories the brain have remained their legal property as it were. Is that copyright infringement? It's like copyright infringement. It's the infuriating reason us couples are allowed to touch this crime scene, because the new highfalutin Special Dispensation of Scientific Equipment Act forbids it. I see now. The only people with permission to investigate here are some brand new department at the yard. The Forensic Investigation Team it's called. We've been relegated to keep it guard. The Forensic Investigation Team. Any old fool can see that this heap of scrap metal was a sham to begin with. But just because it says scientific equipment on the paperwork, we cannot do a flaming teabag with it.
Poor Grexy, he's very hit up, isn't he?
Remind me again, what's this new legal act that means we are not allowed to touch the scene here? Are you having me at it, Sunshine? It's a Special Dispensation for Scientific Equipment Act.
Yes, I think Harley mentioned it that recently, with a real twinkle in his eyes, as I remember.
I'm sure he did, your ladyship. I'm sure he did. But especially for this great exhibition it was. All scientists have to do is present their ideas or invention to some suits in the civil service. And if it gets stamped, that's a guarantee of rights to maintain the invention's confidentiality. What does that really mean? Think about it. Think of all the world-changing new invention on display every day at this exhibition. Although a good half of them are load of cobblers, if you ask me. Put forward by shamans like yourself. Thanks for that, yeah.
Oh, I love how absurd some of the inventions here are. It's all so fun.
It might be fun to you, but a member of the four has to be present at every single demonstration. Can you imagine, eh? Hang signs, that's what I say.
Oh, I don't think so. That sounds like my dream job.
You'd soon think otherwise after spending a day guarding all these shameless bogus contraptions. But if they're all bogus, how can anyone hope to demonstrate them? There'd be no point. Yeah, well, there is a point, sadly. Sorry? Thanks to another of our government's bright ideas. If any theory of invention is deemed to show potential, the government hands out a research grant. The scientists gets funding? Exactly, and that's what they're all after. All these shamans coming from far and wide to clog up the Hyde Park. And who has kept them all safe, eh? Who has to smile politely and welcome them? Us Scopus, that's who. So you can see why I say it now, can't ya? Hang signs! Hang it!
Oh, maybe I can see your point.
Apparently, Professor Hairbright lives and works in Germany now conducting his research. That's right, come back through Britain, to especially for the Great Exhibition, as I understand it. Probably after one of the government's research grants, huh? Actually, we learned something else about the professor earlier today. About his time in further education, it turns out he was at university with someone we both know. Lord Van Zix. Hey, what's that? That's news to me. But if Van Zix mans the prosecution, then as the accused, the professor's fate is sealed because the Reaper will get him one way or another? Blimey, that man's beyond me. I don't know what goes on in his head, that had of his. Talking of Van Zix, this morning paper runs the story of him being attacked. Read that?
Oh yes, but Mr. Reaper is completely fine. Nothing to worry about.
Yes, right. Glad to hear it. Still, the Reaper, huh? How long that business gonna keep up, I wonder. There's something about the Reaper. There's something about the mystery of the past of the Reaper. Why is it become a Reaper? There's a mystery behind it. That's gonna be very important for the later chapter. It's gonna be a point in where it's gonna be a turning point where we solve the case because of that. I think. I don't know. Lord Van Zix is a top-class prosecutor, but even he cannot always push the right verdict though. Sometimes justice can't win. Yes, I heard about the jurors being bribed and evidence being falsified. And that's how the notion of the Reaper of the Bailey came about, isn't it? Obviously, Scotland Yard suspected Van Zix initially. We all assumed he was taking matters into his own hands if he failed to seal the deal in court. Although the man himself denies of the charge, well, we have done very thorough investigation, and the conclusion we reached is that Lord Van Zix is in no way related to the deaths of the people outside the courtroom. There's no question in my mind. I'd stake my reputation on it. I would. But if that's true, then how do you explain it? All those defendants who couldn't just have coincidentally died if nobody killed them. I know that, but I can't explain it. It's a mystery after all, isn't it? The whole point of the Reaper. Professor Harebrine mentioned something else. He said that at university, Lord Van Zix was a totally different person, easygoing and kind. You what? He said that it was after they both graduated that something happened to change the man. Do you have any idea what it was? He has a clue. He has a clue. Look at him. No, he does. Look, I've got my hands full watching over this frustration crime scene. Why don't you go and make nuisance of yourself elsewhere, huh? He knows something. He knows something about Van Zix. How do I get back there? How do I get down? Hello? I haven't finished. Or maybe I move and then I go back. It's still there. Still there. Oh my God. Yeah, okay. I haven't examined this.
Oh look, what's this? A real piece of cloth?
It's not like any fabric I have ever seen before. It's very thick and stiff. It looks like extremely durable.
It's a canvas, I think, with some sort of rubber backing. And the edges appear to be a bit charred as well.
Yes. I knew something important was there. For some reason, the ground is damaged in this spot. Look. Almost as if there was a fire here or something.
Yes, if you look closely, there was some scattered ash and burnt embers too.
Well, I suppose there was a big explosion just above here. People probably wouldn't bat an eyelid at a small fire like this would have been.
I'm not sure we English are quite that laid back, you know.
What?
Ah! It looks like as though somebody dropped something behind the tree just there.
Drop or hit? What is that? What is this? Some part of the machine that exploded?
Maybe it could have been fallen from the platform above in the blast, perhaps.
What's going on there? Oh, nothing. I think I'll hang on to this just in case. What else? What else? What else do we have? Talking to Jeannie, bro. I haven't talked about Gina. Gina. Her name is Gina. It was 8 months ago now that I first encountered Gina in connection with the case I was working on. At that time, she was living in the East End with a group of other orphans. She helped all of them to survive by pickpocketing, but then she got embroiled in a murder. I had a lot of time to think in prison. I realized I couldn't go on like I was. The dive in walking out.
I'm so pleased to hear, Ginny. Well done.
So you went from being a pickpocket to a detective? You got it. Good in it. Inspector Lestrade. Sounds like something off of the book, eh? Talk about the sea change. The sea change. The sea of change. And then there's Iris' old man to think about. Iris' father, you mean? Yeah, I promised her, didn't I? I said I'd get all the police force around the world to pull out. I'll stop looking for him. Just a small promise, then nothing serious.
Oh, Ginny, you're so sweet.
So anyway, that's how I had a go at the test for Scotland Yard. Only trouble is I don't read so well, do I? Just a small problem, nothing serious. No, it's a serious problem, wait.
And that's when Hurley approached Craxy and asked for help. So the inspector said he'd take full responsibility for Ginny and make her sort of an apprentice.
There was a very magnanimous of Inspector Gregson and brave.
Well, you know, Hurley, he enjoys finding ways to make people do what he wants.
The great detective likes taking order, in other words. So the long and short of it is, if you've got question about the case, you can ask Inspector Lestrade. Right then, Inspector. Actually, there's a big mystery surrounding Gina, isn't there? Oh, what? Do you know why? Well, 6 months ago, Gina was the defendant in a trial prosecuted by a Reaper. A trial in which she was found not guilty, and yet, here she is still. Come on, you're not still on about that, are ya? The Legend of Reaper, or whatever it's called. Or, you don't have to worry, Odo. If I didn't have worry, there probably wouldn't be a whole lot of you left. It's like I told you before, ain't it? The Reaper kinda likes I'm upstairs, so he knows what I'm like on the inside. That I ain't really done nothing wrong. Nothing wrong might be stretching a point.
What about Mr. Natsume in Japan? He's perfectly fine, isn't he?
Well, that's true. Perhaps the Reaper is more discerning than I thought. Exactly. So I ain't worried. I'm totally fine. Core, it was out of this world. It was
The brainy bloke put a bunch of levers on the machine and suddenly it started blowing smoke. And it just went pop. I ain't see a better experiment here yet. Sorry? You mean you saw it, Jenny? With your own eyes? Yeah, of course. The boss in charge here, ain't he? Of keeping everything running smooth, I mean. The boss being Inspector Gregson, I suppose. That's going to take some getting used to. So all I have to say is I'm on duty and I can do whatever I want to. Get this, I was up one of them flying balloons when it happened, watching from above. Huh? So Jean, maybe I should join Scotland Yard too. Yeah, do it. You know how to put the boss in his place already, right, Iris? You'd have no trouble at all. Then it's settled. When do I start? No. You cannot join Scotland Yard, Iris. We'll see. Anyway, what I don't understand is this. If the machine exploded so spectacularly, how can Professor Bunny Bryan still be claiming that his experiment was a success? Oh right, well, it was a success, in a way. It was? How can it have been? Surely after a whole machine blew up, no one would call the experiment a success. It's like I said, it did sort of work. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of smoke and what whooping bang. But where do you think they found the victim bodies, eh? In the crystal tower over there. What? In the tower? You can see for yourself, can't you? Up there above the scaffold. Oh, where all the grass is broken, you mean? Yeah, the cage what the victim got in was stuck with. Really did get beamed through the air or whatever and landed all the way over here. So you see, it did kind of work, didn't it? What? I don't believe it. I mean, I don't get the ins and outs of it, but anything's possible, right? With science. Oh, I tell you what, you get out of this. It's a point of the experiment they drew up at the yard. Are you sure? Yeah, come on. I had a 3-pop of you before, so fair's fair. Yes, I didn't actually give that to you, did I? Something Inspector Gregson said before seems a little strange. For what it's worth anyway, investigating is of course for all of us. Yes, now the old Grexy ran off after without explaining himself. Alright, that... The boss say no one's allowed to investigate that weird machine blew up yesterday. Well, that's not fair. We are representing the defendant. In that case, could you at least tell us what you've learned from your investigation? Nah, you're not getting it. We ain't allowed to investigate neither. Why? What did the boss call them again? The forensic investigation team, I think? Anyway, apart from them, no one's allowed to lay a finger on the scene. Bit funny, innit? So even the Scotland Yard's own detectives can investigate? Yes, I've never heard something like that before. I thought I could have gotten on the quiet though, but the boss got me on it. You probably heard him giving me an earful about it before from down there, didn't you? I'm not bleeding fair. It's not bleeding fair. I think you were giving him as much as an earful back as I remember it. Yeah, well, sometimes I think it's all them chips what make it stubborn. You say something, I'm Modo. Go on, see if you can get through him.
He's up on the bottom above us, is he? Where the machine that exploded is.
We can try, can we? No, Craxy will listen to us. No, listen.
What is it?
I've been thinking. Hurley might know something, mightn't he?
About what?
But Mr. Reaper.
But what happened to Lord Franzik, you mean? Because it sounds like something very significant occurred after he graduated from university. Something that completely changed his life. Maybe, but I have no idea to find Mr. Sholmes at the moment. He's in the middle of some big case, isn't he?
Here, this is what you need.
What? Madame Tusples? Is this supposed to mean something to me?
Oh, you don't know it? It's the most popular attraction in London at the moment. It's very close to Baker Street, actually. We could go now if you like.
No, we don't have time for visiting attraction today, Iris. We have a big trial tomorrow.
But that's where Hurley is.
What? At this popular London attraction?
Yes,
How is it that you know where he is?
Hurley told me, but he told me to keep it a secret from you,
Madame Tuspels? I don't see how it could be related to the case we're investigating here, but then stranger things have happened, and when they happen, Mr. Sholmes is as usually at the heart of them. I guess he is, isn't he? Oops. Oh wait, I want to see this. Ah, look at this. It's already sus. Because this one is pointing over there, but the body is discovered over here. Right? But it's pointing over there, but the body is here. That's already sus. But if he was like what is it called? He was thrown from here to here. It might be, Let's go to Madame Tussauds. A museum interesting waxwork exhibits not far from Baker Street. It's become a very popular London attraction in recent years. Oh wait! I just get it. It's Madame Tussauds parody. It's a wax museum. Madame Tussauds. What is this place? Look at all these terrifying scenes. But why are the people so still? Guillotines, ruthless murders. I know what I've been dreaming. I'll be dreaming what tonight.
They're all wax models. They're amazingly realistic, aren't they? What do you think, Bruno? Shocked?
Wax models? I read about the dead bodies and wax ones in a magazine about strange phenomena. Depending on how corpses are kept for after that, the parts of them can turn to wax apparently. It's called the adiposaur.
Stop talking about creepy things like that, Bruno. You're scaring me. Anyways, adiposaur doesn't form... What now?
I've just remembered something else I read in another magazine about strange phenomena. There was an old lady, maybe, witch, who used to pour molten wax over corpses and put them on display.
None of the exhibits in here are real. They're all entirely man-made replicas.
It can't be. Do you really expect me to believe that? Just look at them. There's no way anybody can make models of people that are... Oh my god, what is he doing there? And there are all such gruesome scenes. Wait.
What is it?
No, I must be seeing things. Wait, what is that? Is this an arm?
It looks like an arm, doesn't it? Maybe one of the waxwork models have fallen over.
You don't think it could be the work of one of the mass murderer here, do you?
Who knows? Stop scaring me.
Is it a wax arm or a real one?
Come on, you're always pointing the fingers of yours in court. Poke that arm now and see how it feels.
Objection! We're gonna open it, wouldn't we?
It was only a suggestion.
Please do not touch the statues. Is this some famous murder?
Yes, called Jane the Reaper. All her victims were young women.
I knew it. You can tell by the way she's holding the knife. Sure sign of a murder.
Well, yes.
What's the matter, Runa? I've worked it out. I know what she's doing. She's trying to fill that bathtub with blood so she can have a soak in her victim's skull. I know.
It doesn't mention anything about the bathtub.
Really?
Sorry, I don't think it's significant.
I still think it has to be there for some reason. Yeah, why would they put the bathtub over there if there's nothing else? Like, why would you display this, right? These models are so well made, I cannot tell what's the waxwork and what's a real human.
Or maybe all the exhibits are real people.
Oh my god.
And when it's closing time, all the visitors have gone home, they suddenly start moving about.
Just thinking about it makes me wish it was closing time already and I was on my way home. Is this an example of Western Tsujigiri?
I don't know what that is.
You know, when an unscrupulous samurai randomly attacks a passerby to test his sword?
I still don't know. No. But actually, a waxwork samurai would probably be hugely popular. Could you model it, do you think, Runa? Doing that Tsujigiri that you mentioned?
Well, I do have a sword, but I have no intention of testing how sharp it is on human subject for now at least. For now? What do you mean by that? Ryunosuke.
That's a funny place for the ladder. What is it? Is something wrong?
No, it's just that in Japanese we have a totally different word for ladder and that folds in half like that.
We do in English too, you know. It's a step ladder or just steps. But so be careful for making assumptions about other cultures, you know. That's how wars are started.
So, do we... It's... the great detective Mr. Sherlock Holmes! Mr. Sholmes has his own wax statue in here? Really? No, it's him.
Well, he is world famous after all.
It's an uncanny resemblance, isn't it? It makes my skin crawl to look at it.
I know. But look, Bruno, you can kick this Harley and he doesn't move a muscle.
You can't go around kicking the exhibit side. Wait. It just moved. I'm sure. And not just a little bit either.
Really? Did it?
And look closely. There are bits of sweat on the face of this waxwork model. Yeah, it's him. Shall we move on, Iris? Over there, look, there's a great murder scene to enjoy. Much more appealing. My dear fellow, I take exception to your recoiling in such manner, as if you're seeing something truly abhorrent. Mr. Sholmes! I knew it! Iris, what possessed you? I strictly forbade you from divulging my temporary waxwork secret to Naruhodo. Temporary waxwork? What do you mean? And that cake, would you not have exercised a little more restraint? You whined at me.
But Bruno has something he needs to ask you.
A question?
And I thought you'd probably be getting bored too. So here we are.
Well, I cannot deny your timing was impeccable. A mere 2 minutes for more being stationary like that. And my great brain, upon which all my success have been built, would have turned to wax. Thank goodness we arrived in time. Indeed, in many ways, the pair of you just saved the world from an unimaginable loss.
Oh, Hurley, you do like to talk nonsense, don't you?
He could know something, it's true, about Lord Francis and what happens in the past changed him. Now that you're here, let's take our time. How can I be of assistance? For you're in luck, I suddenly got taken with the idea of conversing. Oh, well, actually, I'm in quite a hurry. And if my eyes don't deceive me, I believe something is afoot within the walls of this very museum. A most fascinating case, if I'm not mistaken. Really. Moreover, I have a strong suspicion that it's related to the matter about which you have come to me now. But how could it be? We shall speak again presently, my dear fellow, but for now I must return to my work. What? Back to being a temporary waxwork exhibit? Wait. What is this place? Madame Tuswell's come to London from France 3 years ago, I understand. Since she opened the Little Waxwork Museum last year, it's enjoyed great popularity in London. There are museums like this in Japan too, but these displays are something else. I mean, they aren't made from actual real people, are they? The extreme realism of these waxwork models is a particular secret of Tuswell's family, they say. They earned renown during the French Revolution for waxwork of victims of the guillotine. Ugh, that sounds grim. The gruesome scenes were portrayed with such realism in the expression of the face of the condemned.
Apparently, the sculpture would make the models directly from the corpse right up there at the site of the executions.
That really turns my stomach. That's just one of several legends of the Tuswell's family. Whether there's any truth of it, I couldn't say. But anyway, this museum houses models for famous people from all over the globe. Nevertheless, the most popular area of the museum by quite some margin Is this House of Horrors? House of Horrors? Of course. Visitors' numbers are dwindling now as a result of the great exhibit, but people actually usually flock here to see the exhibits of some of London's most vile criminals at their gruesome work. Naturally, most of the miscreants portrayed here were sent to the gallows, so they are even stiffer now than the models of them. Have you ever heard of poor taste? My dear fellow, the public live for poor taste. They yearn to be shocked. So the hideous exhibits in here are...
They are all portrayals of real events that actually took place.
Is it just me or did the temperature in here just seems to drop? Anyway, I advise you not to think too deeply about that you see here. Oh, he's back to being waxwork, you see. What do you mean by a temporary waxwork, Mr. Sholmes? Exactly what you see. I'm part of the exhibit here, catching these criminals in the act. Catching them? Every half an hour, I home in a different killer in one of the display and adopt a new pose to ensnare him. When members of the public come for a closer look, I offer them a hand to shake. For shilling, I'll happily allow them to take photograph with us. Us? Does he mean him and the waxwork murderers in there? But why, Mr. Sholmes? My dear fellow, isn't it obvious? For the money! He really roared at me there, very fitting for the House of Horrors. As it stands, I may struggle to pay this month's rent, and I have the ravenous iris to consider. Oh, Hurley, I'm so hungry. If push comes to shove, I shall have to ask you to do your bit, Mr. Naruto. What's he threatening to rope me into now? So, with that in mind, how about a photograph? A special treat. You may have your pick of the murderers and scoundrels in here. The choice is yours. Maybe some other time. Remember, Mr. Naruto, ignore me at your peril. Bad being waxwork again. Is it just me or did his final remark there sound like a curse? It is. It sounds like a curse. Well, what is it you'd like to ask me then? Actually it's about Lord Van Zieks. Ah, our friend Mr. Reaper, how did you find him, Malatrust? I'm hungry. I'm hungry. So I'm wondering what it was, what happened to make Lord Van Zieks such a different person.
I was sure that you'd know, Hurley.
Of course you know. You said that there was something going on here in this exhibit hall before, that something was afoot, and that you believe it was related to what I wanted to ask you about. Mr. Sholmes? He suddenly climb up. Well, it seems we have reached the unavoidable greetings. Hello? Where did she appear from? And what is she wearing? Because she looks any more mysterious. She's pretty. I hope you're appreciating my museum. Sorry, have we? Mr. Sholmes, do you know this? Not again! My apologies. I am Esmeralda to Spells. This is my museum of waxwork. What? You're the Madame to Spells? Monsieur? Though only 26 years young, I might add.
Is that significant somehow? I am a madame in name only. It adds a certain je ne sais quoi. Right. Firstly, I must apologize for my waxwork, or rather one waxwork in particular. That'll be Mr. Sholmes then. I was led to believe he was a great detective, but he seems unable to settle. Next time you move from your designated exhibit, there will be toil and trouble. She sounds deadly serious. That's a problem. How am I supposed to ask Mr. Sholmes about Lord Van Ziggs now? Let's not forget what Hurley said before. But something being afoot right here in the museum, I mean. Yes, I know, but I'm so curious. I want to know what's happening here. Haven't we got enough on our plate already? Did you make all this waxwork, Madam Tussauds? I did. I'm the third generation of waxwork artisans, you know. Gosh! It was my grandmother who began the tradition in my family. Her fortune was checkered, living through the turbulent times of French Revolution as she did. Though that is when she acquired the savoir-faire that leads to the astonishing life-likeness. All these waxworks really do look like they're alive. In fact, they look more alive than Hurley. What you see exhibited here represents the most atrocious of London's criminal past. All the waxwork were created in the presence of the real people on which they are modeled in the hours immediately following their executions. That is the secret of the extraordinary life-likeness. That sounds terrifying. All walks of life have similar challenges, I'm sure. To carry out one's trade per excellence, one must go to extraordinary lengths. My exhibits are a reflection of society. I create only that which the public wishes to see. Why couldn't the public have wished for something less horrifying? Do not fear. Sorry? This room is the only one in the museum with such a macabre theme. I do hope you'll explore. There are models of famous singers, actors, politicians, something for every taste, I hope. It was Iris who dragged me straight in here, come to think of it. Sorry, perhaps I should have eased you into things. What's the situation with that? Ah, my temporary waxwork model. He approached me. Oh. Whoops. Sorry about that. He approached me with some days ago to see with a business proposal. Oh, what sort of proposal? My dear madame, what this past exhibit needs is the addition of world-famous great detective. Or words to that effect. Huh. Naturally, I am well aware of Mr. Sholmes is widely known in London as a talented detective. It's great detective actually, he is very specific about it. Yes, the crime de la creme. Crime de la It's the cream. Yes, the creme de la creme. So I was keen to come to some arrangement with him, of course. But sadly, we were unable to agree terms. Let me guess, someone wanted to charge an exorbitant price for his service? For a mere 500 pounds, I will dive into your cauldron of wax this very moment. Or words to that effect.
Mr. Jones might have overdone it slightly with the sales pitch. Regrettably, the museum has a shortage of funds at the moment due to unforeseen circumstances. So we came to the current arrangement instead. Surely he doesn't really need to do what he's doing though, does he? I would think not, but he was very insistent. I have 50 shillings problem. That must be resolved by the morning.
Our words to that effect. It's a pawnbroker, that's what it is. He must have something to redeem.
Is the consulting detective work not going so well? Hey, oops. I wonder, could I ask you something? Bishu? I'm just curious, is anything going on in the museum at the moment? Some kind of incident, perhaps?
Whoever suggested such thing to you?
Oh, well, it was your temporary waxwork over there that were who mentioned me too little. Oh, he disappeared.
A wax model is a work of art, not some tawdry object for trade.
Ah! There you are!
Leaving the exhibit again. When you should be working, do you wish to be melted down?
My dear Madam Two-Spells, save your reprimands. There are more pressing concerns. The wax can wait. It's our ideas about your current problem we must throw into the melting pot instead. Personally, I would advise you not involve the police.
Why ever not?
She's turned as white as shit. Because you have at your disposal a great detective, whose service you may employ for a mere 50 shillings. Though please be aware that I prefer no. I insist upon payment in advance. Don't do that. Don't do it.
Very well. Let us see if the great detective is able to live up to his name, shall we?
Before I engage in my analytical process, I must ask you to clarify something. What pray is behind the curtain?
That is the Two-Spell special exhibits. There is an extra charge to see it.
Ah, the special exhibit from the House of Horror. It must depict a serial killer then, I presume. Would you be so kind to draw back the curtain, I wonder?
Ah, absolutely not. There is nothing amiss behind them.
Nothing amiss, madam? What about the arm protruding ominously from under the curtain?
Ah!
I strongly encourage you to allow me to see what lies beyond before the situation worsens.
Yes, very well. I will draw back the curtains, but only a subcon.
What is it? What is inside the curtain? Fun 6. Number 139.
I must confess, I peeked behind the curtain.
Earlier. The Two-Spell special exhibits is very bleak graveyard scene indeed. And yet somewhat surprisingly, the waxwork killer one would expect is nowhere to be seen. What the strike one, however, is the poorly gentleman lying peacefully on his back on the floor. Well then perhaps, Mr. Sholmes, that man on the floor is the ruthless killer himself. I'm afraid not, my dear fellow. He's perfectly ordinary London gentleman, not even a waxwork, in fact. What? As skillfully made as these waxwork were, they are always indistinguishable from real humans. So, allow me to present my two conclusions. The first is that the sizable business transaction has been taking place in this special exhibit.
Why? Why would you say that?
And the second is that the aforementioned transaction is linked to a serious crime. She looks as pale as a candle wax.
I don't understand.
So, Madame Tuspels, as you agreed to my fee, you shall now have the pleasure of seeing this famously great detective and temporary exhibit at work. Aha! The great deduction. Waxworks fee. To begin with, we must ask ourselves what exactly is afoot here in this museum. The answer is revealed by the bundle of banknotes protruding so helpfully from your bag. In my estimation, some 200 pounds.
That is all my own money.
So what does this large sum of money reveal? Not as much as the involuntary glance you cast, it would say, Madame Tuspels. Yes, the answer lies somewhere where your eyes now fall. The significance of the 200 pounds is revealed by that public notice. Waxwork for sale, your business has hit hard times, it would seem. In short, you sold the infamous killer, the centerpiece of your special exhibit, for the sum of 200 pounds. Now let us explore the next curiosity with which we are presented. Who is the portly gentleman stretched out so peacefully on the floor? It will appear the man has suffered a severe shock, the cause of which is clearly known to you. Unfortunately, madam, keeping secret does not appear to be your forte. What dealt the man has shocking blow was a curse 200 pounds. Huh? It will appear that you twisted this gentleman around with your little fingers most effectively.
What are you suggesting?
He rashly agreed to purchase the waxwork for the sum of 200 pounds. Only when he came to hand all money over did it occur to him with what an extraordinary amount he was paying. But the money was no longer in his hands. And the result, the scene we see before us. He collapsed in shock. Yes, the killer in the special exhibit fetched a killer price. We can only pray that the gentleman's dreams are not plagued with regret. Sold for cash. I don't understand. Waxwork location. The question that arises then is what has become of the waxwork that changed hands? Let us consider the problem at the moment. You cannot possibly. What immediately struck me about this conundrum is that young man standing over here. Who is this fellow? To find answer we need only to observe his neckerchief. Such is worn by the policeman is a secret sign to fellow member of the force that the crime is being perpetrated. What? Yes, this young man is an undercover policeman currently investigating the museum. I know him well. In fact, it's Sergeant John Clay.
What are you talking about?
The man's quite a celebrity. He received triple accolades last year policing awards.
But
next, we turn our attention to the old man sat before him, with a particular unsightly visage. I've been watching closely and he hasn't moved a muscle, almost in fact as if were a waxwork.
But you...
Your reaction only confirms my suspicions, madam. I noticed it once, of course. Observes! The telltale sign that instantly proved whether or not this old man is waxwork is obviously the price tag. Through pants? A tragically low price, you might say. Though perhaps the going rate for aging waxwork riddled with cracks. And yet you sold it to the portly gentleman for an exorbitant 200 pounds. The sort of plucky behavior that's sure to attract the attention of Scotland Yard. Isn't that so, madam? I do not. Yes, the waxwork you sold has already been seized by the police and remains in their custody as we speak. The old man must be reunited with his grave in the special exhibit, and not a moment too soon. I don't understand what he said. I don't understand, man. This guy's work. This concludes the Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this horrifying puzzle. I see I've stunned you all into silence.
You have, Pearl, you have. And you've obviously upset this young lady in the process. Her cauldron looks awfully hot.
If I could just bring up one point, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, the notorious Naruhodo 1 point. I'm all ears, my dear fellow. According to your deduction then, the special exhibit featured this old policeman. So that would mean that he's particularly ruthless murder, wouldn't it? The killer policeman, Ottermole. Sorry. It was a mysterious series of murders that rattled the capital only last year. The police rushed to the scene every time only to find the culprit had disappeared into the ether.
And it turned out the culprit was a policeman himself, a senior officer by the name Ottermole.
So you mean that's who the sinister-looking old man there is supposed to be? Indeed, it is a particularly grim face, is it not? Unforgettable, in fact, yes, I remember that odious countenance only too well. But is 200 pounds a lot of money for a wax model? It would be enough to afford one of the latest steam carriages, if that puts things to that perspective. So it is quite a lot then.
Is there anything else you wish to add before I melt you down?
That bubbling wax is looking more and more ominous.
The smell of that all molten wax is starting to worry me.
Mr. Sholmes did more and less just accuse her to her face, so... But I think I might have to call on your assistance here, Iris. Is that alright? To make some more minor corrections to the great detective's great deductions.
Of course, it's alright. We'll soon set things straight.
Well, let's get started then, shall we? Before Madame dispels vent her anger. Just what I was waiting to hear, my dear fellow. So, Madame Tuspels, in accordance with our agreement, you shall now have the pleasure of seeing this famously great detective and temporary exhibit at work. Course correction! Hold it, Mr. Schultz. Wait, I'm gonna grab a bread. Bread. We have Dunkin' Donuts, guys. My back is hurting me. I make stream on Twitch later today. Just a quick just chatting stream, I don't know. Let me eat. food I'm eating, huh? It's not. What is this? Oh no. Pet nung tiyo. What? Oh. I don't know. There's nothing else. The hair is the only one. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh. There's nothing here in the outside of her. something. Something here. What is it then? Is it not the 200 pounds? There's nothing. Something heavy. Okay, something heavy. What is it? It must be on her person, isn't it? Oh my god, why did I see this? Okay, oh my god. What the? Oh no. It's not it. According to Mr. Sholmes, Yellow Necker Chief is assigned to other policemen that some crime is underway. A way of communicating with his colleague without revealing his identity, yes. It's a secret that closely guarded this by Scotland Yard that Mr. Sholmes didn't hesitate to give away.
Well, uncovering secrets is in any true detective nature, of course.
Right. Anyway, judging from Madame Tuspel's reaction to Mr. Sholmes' deductions, I think perhaps we might have not identified the man quite correctly. It's the guy with the missing hand. What the? The man has stopped sticking out of the shoulders. Where is his arm should be?
Oh well, that settles that then.
Right, this isn't a real person at all. His entire arm has been ripped off from the shoulder down. His arm's been... Of course, that ties in with what we just found out. is this fellow? To find out the answer, we only need to observe his shoulder stout. No such boneless human walks this earth. Of that, I can assure you. In any words, the man standing here, the young Surgeon John Quay, is in fact, defying all odds, a waxwork model. I seem to remember it was you who concluded he was a real person in the first place, Mr. Sholmes.
He has become quite a celebrity in London, being the winner of no less than 3 policing awards last year. I simply had to make a model of the man.
Naturally, what other explanation could there be? And it was this detective's arm that was pulled off by the man on the floor in the special exhibit, wasn't it?
Oh, but you...
Observes. Tells us how easily proves whether or not this old man is wise or is obviously the price tag. No. A killer policeman called Ultramole, was it? Was he well known?
It was all of the paper last year, but I cannot say I know what he looks like. It's very low price though. True, pence isn't much money.
Only enough to few measly hours of cash in Mr. Gardep's delightful lodging, in fact. So this is the special killer taken from the special exhibit, is it? The waxwork that somebody stole from the museum and tried to ransom for £200. Is this crusty old killer policeman Ottermole really?
Perhaps you should have a good look around again and see if another idea crops up.
Bruh, it's twitching. Look at this. The old man's stepping his foot like crazy.
He seems to be fast asleep though.
He's not tapping his foot consciously then, so you mean...
It must be a twitch.
Never mind that. The point is, waxwork don't type their feet.
Or twitch.
Look at his arm too. We've seen a scarf like that somewhere else around here, haven't we? But it's this one, right? Yeah. This one. The telltale sign that instantly proves whether or not this old man is a waxwork is obviously the twitch. Even the most realistic waxwork does not exhibit a twitch. In other words, this splendid old man is in fact a genuine member of Scotland Yard. Slight shift in your choice of adjective then. And there you have it. Well, Madame Tuspels?
Well, what? It was me who contacted the police and demanded that someone came in the first place.
He is clearly fatigued. He is sound asleep. But then, what is the tag about showing the price in 3 pence? No doubt the price tag of a muffler, which the old Bobby purchased recently at the local market. And I presume that you've observed the scarf tied around his arm. Does not strike you, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, the secret sign used by detectives to show that some criminal activity is currently going underway.
Of course, because, as you know, there has been such criminal activity happening here. And as you do just from the very beginning, detective.
So it would seem that we finally arrive at the truth. The waxwork of the especially ruthless killer from the special exhibit has been kidnapped. And Scotland Yard are already investigating. But the model's whereabouts remains a mystery. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of these horrifying puzzles.
All sorts of people visit my museum here, men and women, young and old. Sometimes they drop in just a short time on their way back from the pub. I welcome them all. But if anyone tries to damage my exhibits, I do not take it lightly. Anyway. She's so pretty, I like her. Your great attraction was even more enchanting than I had been led to believe. It was a pleasure, my dear madam. I am gratified that you enjoyed the spectacle. And as for your rough customer, I have no doubt he'll regain consciousness shortly and return home. What concerns me more is the waxwork from the special display. If it was indeed genuinely abducted. Yes, tragically, it was. Then I would ask you to recount to us the events surrounding the stolen waxwork, in as much detail as possible, if you please. Very well. But after I have told you what I know, I must insist that you return to your work. The talents of great detective would be put to better use, but as you wish. It was some days ago now, when I came in here one morning. I immediately noticed the waxwork was missing from the special exhibit here. It is your most prominent display, so that's why the curtains were closed. And I found the ransom note in its place. The culprit must have broken in during the night and taken it then. So this waxwork was stolen. It was a model of some horrible criminal, I suppose? Of particularly horrible criminal, in fact. The killer who left a more profound scar on society than any other, I would say. The professor. Huh? Not a name I've heard of. So, Mr. Naruhodo, it seems that the circle is complete. Sorry? The professor case happened at around the time I was born, didn't it? Indeed it did, Iris. 10 years ago, a series of murders that rocked the capital. 10 years ago? Yes, at exactly the time that Baruch Van Zix graduated from university, in fact. What? Surely he's not saying... So the big event that changed Mr. Reaper's life? As you've surmised, it was the professor case. Who was this professor then? Who was this professor? It was a series of gruesome murders that had all of London gripped in terror of decades ago. After 5 victims were killed, the man was arrested and put to death. And now he's immortalized here in wax for all Londoners to admire and enjoy. Though, of course, he happens to be absent at present on account of the abduction. But I don't understand. How is all of this related to Lord Van Zix? You must first understand, my dear fellow, why it is that the professor earned such infamy. It was due to the victims he chose, some of Whitehall's finest. What do you mean, Hurley? Those murdered by the professor were some of the highest members of British aristocracy, members of nobility, even royalty. It sent shockwave through the country's administration. Members of the... Oh wait, of course! What Professor Harebrained said. Lord Van Zix is from a family of noble blood. Oh gosh! It
It was the fifth victim that led the professor arrest. The last of the killer's prey was a young noble by the name of Clint Van Zieks. No! I don't believe it! Van Zieks? I'm sure you can piece together the rest for yourself. In the wake of his older brother's murder, the young Baroque pursued a career as a prosecutor, and eventually became the Reaper we know today. I had no idea Lord Van Zieks was had such a tragic past. Well, I'm afraid that's all I can say on the matter, for the time being at least. After all, I have work to do. As a waxwork exhibit. I'm afraid I shall have to excuse myself as well. Yes, of course. It's been a pleasure. Thank you. Well, none of the predicted scenarios I've been analyzing involve you coming to visit me here. Oh.
It's been too long. It really has. I'm delighted to see you, Barrow.
It's been 10 years, and here we are, meeting in a prison of all places.
I cannot forgive myself for what happened to Mr. Aspen. I just can't. I still cannot believe it could happen.
Tomorrow, the court will decide.
Yes. I have a young Eastern man acting for my defense. He seemed reliable enough, though. It was an accident, a terrible accident. He assures me he can prove it.
I must warn you.
Oh, I know. I've heard already. You're going to be prosecuting, aren't you?
Yes.
Since I returned to England, I have heard lots of stories.
Baroque, are you really? What?
Never mind. I know that you have my best interest at heart.
My friend is on trial. I wouldn't entrust it to anybody else. Oh! I wouldn't entrust it to anybody else. Oh my god. That works. Yes, please. Okay. We've done investigation part of this. Woohoo! I think I'm gonna end it here because it has been 3.5 hours of this. Maybe I'll try playing Genshin on Twitch or something. I don't know. Let's see. We'll see. Okay, thank you for watching, Future Me, and whoever watched this, anyone else. What are you having for dinner? I have bread that I just ate and donuts, I guess. Donuts and breads. Yay. Thank you for accompanying me, or maybe thank you for watching again, Future Me. And I hope to continue this in near future, probably this week because this is Monday. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow, 2 days after this, I don't know. Anyway, thank you. I am done. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye.